Hello and welcome, everyone. This is Jackie G, your BDC for the Gen Market. It is January 2025, and nothing better to kick off the new year with a new you, with a new vision and a new focus. Tonight's exercise is the vision board, the dream map, AKA, who are you? Where are you going? What are you going for? It's about purpose. So I've got a live audience in the background. I'm super excited about that. We just did this real workshop in Portland last week. And I know California, I didn't get there. I sat in the Portland airport for 9 hours, but I worked. So Tucky, I would have called you otherwise. But I was out there working and getting everybody ready to do the California meeting because we had plane issues. But I know Evelyn and Gail and Peggy and the leaders in California did this as well and said it was a fantastic workshop. So as you watch this, I want you to think about this. You know, the reason I loved Jafra when I was introduced to it at 18 and started attending every monthly meeting was because what I learned in this business was something I could teach to my personal life, not just my business life. And vision board and dream mapping has been around for centuries. And it really is something that if you don't have a 2025 one done, that's why you're here. It's never too late to get it done. And it's never limited to just using this in Jafra. So I did poll the audience a little bit earlier to see who had theirs done. I know Tucky really worked on hers out there in Portland. We also did a little thing, who's made one in the past. So we're going to share some stories on the power of these vision boards and do they really work? So we're going to just share a little bit about that with our live audience. In the meantime, we're going to get you all ready. Okay. So if you're listening to the recording, this is a time to make sure you've got supplies. We'll come back and I'll show you some supplies, but tape and glue and pictures and poster boards or copy paper that you can start to craft on. We won't be able to spend a half hour, 45 minutes sitting in silence, taping and gluing and all of that, but we are going to do a little bit of it because if we don't apply what we learn and get started, we never get anywhere. So our goal tonight, while you're listening to this recording, is that you get started and then you can re-listen to it or just listen to this and do this exercise with your partner, with your grandkids, with your kids, with your teams. This is just a girls' night in. So how fun is that to do something fun together? We called it Design and Dessert in our cities. So create a theme and make it fun. So as we talk about this, it's really about making a dream map. It's not just, oh, I dream of this house on the ocean. I dream of retiring at this age. I dream of. It's not just about dreams, even though that's part of your vision. And it's not just a piece of paper, like you make your dream board and you just put it on a wall. It's how you see it is how it becomes a part of you. And it has to be exciting. It has to be, I want that. So it really is something that you design and it's creating alongside it. Like if I see things that I write, I want to be able to create a clear and realistic plan. Excuse me, that allows me to move forward towards it, that allows me each month to go, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. But I have enough money. I'm starting to tuck away for my daughter's 40th celebration cruise. It's so that you can start to see it happening, not just, oh, there's the pipe dream and the pipe dream. It's really saying, I'm going to get there. It may not even be in 2025 for sure, but you're moving towards it. Some of my vision board dreams, I have a date with my kids to take my daughter on her 40th birthday on a cruise. And I am super excited about it. And it makes me want to go to work every day. It makes me set my goals and plan my time appropriately. Now, that's 4 years away, but it is a part of my vision. So it's driving me. I have to break that down. It's going to be very costly. And I want to work towards it. But I also have things to accomplish this year. And it's personal, it's professional, it's many different levels we'll talk about in a hot minute. but it's so that you can start to see it. But you have to feel it. You have to get excited. It was so fun. I was thinking about the vision board as I was putting my time together and the training and some videos. And it came to me so clearly in Portland when we took about 20, 30 minutes, and I didn't have a lot of pictures to cut from, but I love words. And I was writing. I had a big rainbow that Linda brought for the poster board, and I loved it. And I just wrote in every color, different categories, personal, financial, family and friends, all those things I started writing. And I was like, I'm going to do date nights with my kids. They're old, but I'm getting older and I don't want to lose date nights. And as I was putting the PowerPoint together, I didn't have this planned Wednesday when I was leaving. And I made the decision, I'm going to the Kansas City Chiefs playoff games with my kids. It's hard when you have a boy and a girl, they're different ages, different places in life. And I thought, you know what? I can go. I can go to that game. And I got off the plane. And let me tell you, I had to unpack, repack, drive 6.5 hours, get to Kansas City, and go to a playoff game because it is the one thing I know both of my kids absolutely love. And when you start to feel who you want to be, what you want to be as a mom, a wife, a business owner, a director, a leader, financially, it starts to happen. It was like so vivid and clear. And I was so excited. I couldn't stand. You can ask Tucky. She unfortunately had me as I was leaving the meeting, getting ready to go to Kansas City and go Chiefs. But just saying, things happen with this. And that's where the excitement comes from. Okay. Enough of my storytelling because we're going to hear from the audience with more stories. But when you draw this, it's like this kind of roadmap. I never go on straight lines. That's me. But it's first starting with where are you today? So what I want you to do is take out a sheet of paper and I want you to think about things like this is where you reflect. Who am I right now? Starting 2025, I got to know where I am. You know what? I'm here. I'm Tucky. I'm a manager, but I want to put 3 leaders in my boat. Here's where I start, but I love that I'm a leader. I love that I get to empower people. So where am I? So it's important to just write, where am I today? Maybe where's my finances? Where's my relationships? Where's my emotions and my mindset? Where's the direction of my business or my volunteerism? Remember, there's always 4 quadrants. What do I want to do? Who do I want to be or become? Where do I want to go? What do I want to have? And then how do I want to give? It could be giving to my clients differently, my consultants, my neighborhood, giving to my family, a charity. So when you think of the well balance, you got to decide first, who am I right now? January 27th, is it? 29th? I don't know what day it is, but 29, 30, 31, 29th. Who is you today? So on your sheet of paper, and please participate. Multitasking at a vision board exercise doesn't work. Just write about yourself. Just all over your pages and no straight lines unless you're a straight liner. I'm just not. You can tell it's why I chose a rainbow because I draw all over. But who are you today? Just write words, descriptions, health, whatever it's about. Just write it and let your pen just freely flow and enjoy. So I'm going to let you do that for just a quick minute because it isn't heavy. It's joyful. And it's just like, hi, I'm Jackie Geisinger. Here's where I am, January 29th, 2025. And then, as you're completing that, it's about discovering where you want to go. Now we want to think big. Don't limit it. Don't limit it. Oh, it's great. I hope to have some new clients this year. Okay. Dream big. I want 100 clients. I want 50 new consultants. When you say it and you're convicted and you have purpose and passion, because by doing that, it will get you this. It's worth it. Don't limit it by your past. That's over. Here's who you are today, but it's about where you're going. It's a vision, not a history. Well, I will when? I will once I retire. Okay, great. Are you going to be living? We don't know. It's not in your book. It's in someone else's. So that key is, what do you want to do? What do you want to have? What do you want to be? What do you want to give this year? Enjoy. So now on your paper, if it's the same page, the next page, you're just jotting. Expand your thinking. Just start writing. What kind of a mom do I want to be? Grandma, person, leader, consultant. What do I want to be like? Because it's not just about getting something. Yeah, I got a bank account. I got a 401k man I want. I got to start mapping out my retirement. Great. I want health. I want to have my surgery. Great. Put it down. Just let it flow. Because suddenly things appear. If you pre-write it while you're thinking to get ready to get your glue stick and your tape and your scissors, man, it just rolls and it gets fun. I'm telling you, I made this rainbow before I left town. And while I'm driving in the car, I just kept writing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to do more to my board. What happens when you set visions is you realize the barriers are you and they're controllable. Without vision, the barriers are never in your control. So now I'm going to have you think differently. On your sheet of paper, what do you want your lifestyle like? It's a new year. I love the Chinese New Year. I've seen it all over TV. Gina posted it in our chat. The new year of the Chinese year. And we had this lovely story from Connie Davis, who shared in Portland. The word of the year is transformation, new beginnings. I'm going to tell you what, love that word. Love that. That excites me. It's new beginnings. So if you have a coaching call with me or you're on any meeting, I'm going to say, get over it. It's new beginnings. I'm going to trust Jafra completely because I do. And we're going to do new beginnings of me and we, not the things we can't control. I can't control what's going on in the news. I'm going to shut it off. I can't control all the things happening, but what I can control is my life every day and how I live and how I think and who I hang out with. So think about, what do I want my lifestyle like? What does that cost me? What do I have to do different to get that? Might be financial, might be managing my time better, might be managing the people I'm hanging out with better. Because if you start to picture that lifestyle and you know what it's going to cost you, you can break it down into those SMART goals. They're smart, they're measurable, right? They're achievable, they're reachable. So, and again, they have a time factor to them. You know, if I want to become an unstoppable coach, I have to have a coach. I have to study 2 hours every single Thursday in podcasts and different things I haven't done before. Can't do what I've always done. I'm not unstoppable right now. We're not number one in the nation, but we will be. So what do I have to do? Not you, me, to get there. So it's then saying, but wait, to get there, I have to block my time and I have to believe it. And I have to say it every day. So to help us roll, and I'll come back to the audience here shortly, I asked BJ Strami, because she was from Portland, I said, BJ, you are incredible. She is an author, and now with Gabby Gutierrez, we have it in Spanish as well, of the Are You My Flock? It is personality profiling that's made fun and easy. She is a personal coach and inspirational mentor and trainer of pop mindset. She's so good. So I asked her to share a short little video on her experience coaching, teaching, and doing it herself on vision boards. Let's take a listen.
Hello, everybody. Happy New Year. I'm sorry I'm not there in person, but I'm excited that Jackie allowed me to just pop in virtually and wish you absolutely an amazing night developing your own future. Now, I call mine expectations and action boards for specific reasons. Tonight, I believe you're doing a vision board. So I have a couple little tips for you. Number one, when you start to put together what you want the new year to look like, I really want you to ask yourself, what would make me happy? And take the time to just write down everything that comes to your mind without any judgment, and then stand back and take a good look at it. Because when you do that, you will see what your driving force is in everything that you do. It's a very powerful exercise. It also helps you know what do you want to put on your board for the new year, because whatever you put there and you have enough emotion tied into it, you will be amazed at how the law of attraction works for you. So, what will make me happy? The other thing is make sure you have a picture of yourself that you love, that makes you light up, that makes you feel good about yourself. And when you're done putting your board together, make sure there's nothing on there that's not your goal, because it's really easy sometimes to put goals on there or things on there that we think other people want us to have, like whether it's a car or the next level or recognition of some type. If that's not your true goal, don't put it on your board. I use specific words on my board because I know how the unconscious mind takes those words and moves on them. Dream or vision for me doesn't really move us as much, but expectation gives me that little feel in my stomach like, ooh, yeah. And action, something I can relate to. So my boards say because you need to own it, 2025, because I like to put it into a specific time frame, expectations and actions, and then make it pretty, make it fun, put it together any way that really lights you up, and sign your board when you're done so you own it. Have a great time tonight, guys. Happy New Year.
Oh, I love that. So, all right. I'm going to come back to the audience because I'm done hearing myself. Hello, my beauties. Hi, Abaya. Good to see you. Hi, Tina Mentori. Great to see you all joining us as well. All right. So, what experience have you all had before we go forward with more information on designing? Because we're going to get into it. What experience have you had in the past from your vision boards? Anybody want to share any stories about the power of a vision board, your dream board, your expectations and action board? Anyone want to share history?
I'll share one here.
Thank you, Shafika.
I went to a vision board party, and it was just really powerful because I've always known about vision boards, but just taking the time as far as to actual do it, and it was really powerful. And I came back and really worked on it. And at the end of the year, looking back, what I had on my vision board, and I had it where I could see it, or I could take it out as far as and look at it, because I wanted to make sure that I, accomplished those things. And it's funny what she said about, a picture of yourself. I have a picture of myself, something that made me really, happy as well. And when I look back on it, it's like, this is it. Well, can I show it here or whatever?
Please do. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take, oops.
I'm going to
Take
spotlight
this.
you so we can get a little closer.
Let me take my background off. Okay. I think I went to Ross, and I, how at Ross you see like a photo album here.
Mm, yes.
I brought a photo album and I just took it. I um, took out the stuff inside and I found this saying that I read all the time. And I don't know if you could see it. It says,
Yes.
to the one who has worked, strived, believed, endeavored, achieved, hoped, imagined, and dreamed. And I found that in a magazine, and I was like, this is it's perfect. It's perfect for what I want to say. And then I just went through. I've got Jafra things on here, pictures. This picture says, "Be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. Live so that at the end of each day, you can say, I did my very best." Girlfriends, getaways, that was something I did also too. I do a lot with the Open My Heart Foundation, so I have that in there as well. That's the picture that I did an event and I was a speaker at that. I was very nervous, but I was able to make it through and I felt good after it. A YouTube channel. I did start a YouTube channel. I still have a lot of work to do on it. That was a picture of a book because I wanted to become an author, and I did that here. And you see royal jelly. You'll see, let me see, this is building a impactful legacy, wellness, entrepreneur mindset, proclaim, prepare, and prosper. So I just went through, all different things that I could find in a magazine that was motivational words for me that would, that would definitely keep me going here. And I starting another one because I want to do it as far as for this year as well. But it feels good when you create something and you actually accomplish it here, and it just have that feeling as far as of keep on going and something that inspires you and something that empowers you as well here. So so when you had said about the vision boards, they do work and they do help a lot, because sometimes when you business is down and other things, personal things are happening in your life as well here, I've just taken that book out and I've read the words in there, and really made me feel good and just got me out of my slump and, and brought me to a new perspective on things as well here. So
Excellent, excellent. Thank you so much for sharing. It's beautiful. So that's an example that Shafika has about who she wants to become, how she wants to live, how she wants to exude herself, right? Inside and out. And when you do have that and you see it, and every day those words, she's driven by words. I am too. My whole thing has words everywhere. I
yes,
love words, but I
yes.
also have pictures of the cruise I'm going to take my kids on, right? Like there's different pictures of dreams and destination points that I know I did it, right? By being the empowered person I want to be. I love the picture she had of herself. So I love that BJ said that for sure,
Mhm.
because here was Shafika with that picture of being a speaker, right? It looks like a while ago, and it's so cute because I'm like,
Yes.
she didn't even just become a speaker and a mentor, she became an author. She's in this incredible women's organization. That's what Shafika is known for to me. She's like a famous mentor and speaker. I have goosebumps. But that happens by that vision. And so now it's like, oh my gosh, her book is there. Like all these things, right? She co-authored with these incredible women that she isn't just being mentored, she's mentoring now. And it's incredible. And she uses the gift of Jafra skincare. And if you know what Shafika does, she drives her business by incredible customer spa experiences during their birthday month. She's known in the community for her tabletops. She's a networker queen bee. But she uses her product and loves on people through that. And so her words match her beautifully on who is Shafika Miles.
Thank you. Yeah.
So you do a
And I was
great job.
thank you. And another reason I did that also too, you know, I know what you listen to what Jackie said, but it's like I had to get out of my shell. And one thing I do, I've always stuttered as a child growing up as well. So having those opportunities and engagements to speak
Wow.
really has helped my stuttering almost go away, so it has really, gave me an opportunity to get out of being nervous, and something I've had a problem with as with since I was a child, and just being, challenge and being able to accept that a challenge, because that's what I look back also too, of just being in fear. So when I open that, I look at that, so that makes me say, okay, you overcame this, you can overcome anything here. So
I love that story. And I've known Shafika for many years. She has evolved and overcome like you have no idea. It makes my heart so happy and so proud. Oh my gosh. She really, truly, you would never know what her barrier was. And she took hold of it by a vision and a purpose, and she's done that. And that's just the start of bigger things. And in one of the slides that we just shared, it said, why do you do this? Because you will overcome your own barriers.
yes.
There's no better story than what we just heard. So thank you for sharing that. And oh my gosh,
Thank you.
it's so true. I think back to all the years I've known you. I'm like, oh,
Yes.
it's so true. Oh my gosh. So what a joy.
Yes.
So if
Thank
you've
you.
had a vision board that has impacted you, put it in the chat. Share your story. I know because we're on Zoom, we have limited workshop time, but I love to read stories and share about you. So thank you. That is a perfect synopsis of what we're talking about, and to actually what BJ talked about as well. There's more that I heard from Shafika, well, that really suits this. Again, it needs to inspire you. So when you get down, you get back up by looking at your vision board. For her, it was the photo album because it does keep you focused. You can jar yourself out of anything. So I want you to think about a couple of things. And I love how BJ said it. What makes me happy? What am I living for? Who am I living for? What am I driving towards? They have to be your motivation. If you say I want a new Mercedes every year from Jafra every 2 years, because I want to drive that, that's how I want to get dressed and get in my car, then go drive them every month and keep yourself going, but you got to see it. You got to have a little mini one all over. You got to go take your team down there and drive it. But that's got to be your drive. Let me tell you, got in Gabby Gutierrez's Mercedes. I want to be an ambassador. Oh my God, I about died when I got in it. But again, here's what you're going to do. I want you to think in categories. You can do papers. You can do, just let the pen flow. What are your wishes and wants for 2025? Whether you arrive there this year or you're getting there and 2025 is launching you to those. What do you want? And take your paper out. And as I list them, let the pen go. No limits. How do you want to spend your days, your life, your weeks, your months with your family? What are your wishes for your family in 2025? What would make you happy? Along with that goes you. What would make you happier in 2025? It might be physical, might be exercise, might be sleeping patterns, might be working on better schedules. Let it flow. What's going to make the best version of you? And I know there's family, but if you have a partner, what are your wishes for you and your partner? Or how do you want to be a better partner? What does that look like? If you don't have one, and you want one. How are you going to find one? They don't just appear because of luck. Be intentional and get exactly what you want. We had Anna Marie in Portland, and we were just writing down our wishes as you see on the screen. And I paused and said, who achieved something? And she said, I got to tell you, I finally made a decision I wanted a partner in my life. And she wrote down the kind of man, what he did, how his values were, how he lived his life. She wrote it vividly. And she met her husband, and he fit all of the four categories that were no options. So it's really about seeing it and believing it. How about your finances, your economics for you, your family, your future? What are those wishes like? I know Tucky was just on a purpose with this one. How about work? You might have another job, so what are those work wishes? How about Jafra? What are you doing here? What do you really want? What makes you go, oh my God, did I have an amazing year? What, because if you don't have that, and it isn't just, oh, I want to grow my income. Okay, sounds great. I'd never coach you. You can't go to a Super Bowl without specifics. You know what? I want $10,000 in the bank. This credit card, I'm ripping it up on November 15th. That would make me happy. And every month you hold it, you're like, you're gone 9 months from now. Whatever that is, what's your economics? And again, your work. Work helps you with economics, but what makes your heart happy? Is it a whole new team that you just can't wait to meet with? Is it a boat full of leaders? I love women in red on stage. Oh, you have no idea my passion. I love to pull in a meeting and you're driving a Mercedes or that car that we paid for. I love when people can pass away and give their business to others, but that's me. That's what always drove me since 1995 when I became a director. How about your friends? What do you want to do different with your friends? This was a big one for me. I was sharing this story. I set up dates with friends. It took me 3 years to get good at it. I didn't succeed the first year. My goal was to talk to one friend. I have friends everywhere because of my travel, my work. That's just me. I run in big circles and I wasn't being a good friend. They would check in with me. I wasn't checking with them. I never had time. And I said, that's baloney. So I made time. And I did. I maybe got one a month instead of one a week. I didn't beat myself up. But I was like, okay, I connected with some old friends. The next year, I did have so many visits a week with friends. Even if I just did a text video to say, I don't know, you came to my mind today. I miss you. I hope you're well. And man, I got to tell you, I've spent the last 2 years going to more birthday parties, weddings, traveling, doing Airbnb trips. I'm broke now. I got to get back to work. My economic goals are different again. But it was probably one of the most joyful last 2 years. And again, it took me a while to get those friend dates going, but it matters. And now I can't wait to go to a city because I have friends in those cities again. It didn't matter if I didn't talk to them for 20 years. We just hooked up, but I took the time and travel. Again, where do you want to go? After this dream board, I came home and said, you know what? I'm going to France. I'm probably going in the next 2 months. I have a friend that's going there. And I kept saying, no, I can't. This is my year of economics. And I'm like, sure, I can. I found a way to get there and I'm going to do it. So, your wishes. Tucky did a really cool exercise. I don't know if she can talk, but she went to some of the training I did with Kelly Northcott, Belinda Ellsworth, different people. And she took a huge, what do I want to call it? Tag board, poster board. Oh, there she is. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. You don't need to hear me. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Tell us.
I actually want to put in the chat that I sent you the images to WhatsApp in case you wanted to post them, share, put on your share screen, whatever you have them.
Excellent.
So what part do you want me to share?
No, just how, again, the most important thing is what did you do with this big tag board? Because we're going to play a little bit for a few minutes tonight on our own vision board. But what did this tag board with all the categories do for you?
So what I did is I broke it down into 9 categories, and I don't remember all of them off the top of my head, but it was, business, it was relationships, it was family, it was finance, it was business slash career, spirituality, like there was 9 fitness. So all of the things that are important to me, but I never really thought about how to break them down into each specific category, because when I'd done vision boards in the past, it was like, oh, I would love to have that house someday, or that's a cool car. Like it was not very specific. And so I realized that I needed to have a more mix of very specific SMART goals. If you guys have heard me talk before, I love the SMART goals, SMART, specific, measurable, attainable, relatable, and time specific. And so you can look that up, go Google SMART goals, you'll find all the stuff on it. But I wanted some of the things on my vision board to be smart and some of them to be wide open so that they were flexible and open to change and open to, when I get there is when I get there. So it's not putting too much pressure on myself. And one of the things I realized when I was writing this out is I never really thought about that. I never realized that this was important to me. I never realized that I hadn't made that a focus, and it is important. And so by breaking it all down into those categories, it helped me to be more intentional with my vision board and to make it be what I wanted it to be. And then the backside, you want to talk about that now or later?
Oh, so I was just going to summarize it really simply what she did. It's super cool. She had all the categories similar to the slide, okay, that we had, but she even went into the spiritual part, physical part, all of that, which was great. Okay, kind of took the personal into more subcategories, which all of those are thought starters, like she said. So she had all of those cubed out and just wrote. Lots of little things about them. And then she used the back side of the tag board, which this is kind of part B, which I loved, is then she got her smartness to it, right? So one example that I saw her do is she has a goal to sponsor 50 people in her work category to have 50 people. So she actually mapped out a tracker. And she had like her spiritual goals. She mapped out how much each week she would read towards that per se. So that's that whole, like, you take it from what Tucky said. She said it beautifully, but she let herself like freely write just what we spent all of our time doing so far before we dive in. And then, but she took the time on the other side too. We can't just do the board without just what the slide said earlier, without the specifics. And it doesn't mean it's all accomplishable this year, but it's creating the lifestyle. How do you want to live every day? Who do you want to become? Like Shafika was sharing, but then where am I going? And the more Tucky would talk out loud about her putting it together, you guys, you could feel and hear her convictions. It was so amazing. So thank you, Tucky. That it literally is truly. We'll keep sharing more on Facebook and WhatsApp after this. So thank you for the pictures. I really appreciate it. Because
And
it
forget
just
the top that I didn't say about like tie a piece of yarn to both corners so that you can flip it back and forth so that you have it in your face. You can flip it over
I
and do,
love that.
and then it's just back and forth. It's two-sided, and that way you're not taking up double the wall
Ooh,
space.
I love that. Make it almost like a hanging board, right? So
Mhm.
that's super. Of course, the yarn. Of course, you think that way. I love that. So,
Yeah, I'm like
okay.
crochet a frame for
Yep,
it or
Miss
something.
Crochet herself, okay? So again, creating all the thoughts. Today we got it started, right? And I'm going to come back and we'll talk a little bit at the very end about how just free flying on a sheet of paper really works. So we're going to do a little bit of fun. We won't take 15 minutes. We did that live in person, but we're going to cut that time in half and start playing. So here's what we do on the boards. This came so brilliantly. We saw Shafika do it. We heard BJ talk about it. What's really important is to say exactly what BJ said. You have to write on there my dreams or my expectations in action 2025. What my vision board, whatever the words are, if you call it a dream map, a vision board, again, the words that empowered BJ was expectations and actions. Sounds very similar to Tucky. But you have to write it 2025 And she said something brilliant, just like Shafika had, you have to have your picture on it. I don't have that, so that's what I'm going to make sure I add to my board tonight. So you can use words, excuse me, you can use drawings, you can use magazines, photos, glue, tape, scissors. So I didn't have all my pictures with me. Tucky was so great. She had little quotes. I took a board from Linda Mitchley and I just drew because I knew I'd come home and add more to it. I did share earlier with my live audience. I did go on Amazon and I bought a vision board book because I'm going to do this exercise with friends and family and kids. Oh my God, it's amazing. There's everything in here from retirement to travel to everything. So I don't have to make up pictures, print them. I think it was $8.99. Highly encourage this. I'm going to build my board. My goal date is February 14th. It's the love I'm going to give myself this year to have my board done. So here we go. I'm going to just stop. And I'm going to take, we're going to take about the next 7 minutes and just start to put it together. You've had a lot of time writing and thinking and listening. Okay. And so go ahead, live audience. Yes, we're going to pause because we're going to come back and talk about it. Okay. I know Michelle just finished hers, so I'll start with her when we do this. But go ahead, get some supplies. I'm going to go grab my scissors and add some things to my vision board right now. And I know this sounds crazy to sit here in a meeting in silence. We're not in silence. Have some fun. Okay. So I'm going to just pause. I'm going to go get our goodies and my goodies, and I'm going to work on mine while you work on yours. So on your mark, get set, go, and I'll be back shortly. Okay. So I know that's not enough time, but it's a starting time. How did we all do? Come on back. And we're just going to do a little mini summary. Okay. So if you can share, you can open your mic. And all we want to do, just for a quick share, except for Michelle, because I'm going to have Michelle, I'll show you Michelle's board and she'll share with us. But is there something you wrote down, something that you started to draw, something that you started to write that just excites you most? So everybody can share one thing. Who would like to share something on their dream board that literally just gets them super excited?
Mine is my words of affirmation, inspiration, and motivation. And I have it on my bathroom mirror, and I just randomly am scanning it to grab the quotes or words that I need to hear that day. Or every time
Excellent.
I go to the bathroom, I'm checking it.
Excellent. Put them all over, right? Don't just put them somewhere, put them everywhere. They can be on, we were talking about the Stanley Cups, right? Put them on your on your mugs, put them on your desktop, put them on your skins, put them on your around your ring lights, everything. So keep putting them up everywhere you go, whether it's the words or the pictures, whatever inspires you. Love that. Thank you. Anybody have something that they drew, they wrote down that really excites them for the year?
Jackie,
Yes,
I
go ahead,
bought
Ann.
this. I bought this.
Look at
I bought
that.
it a year ago. Yeah, a year ago, and I took it out just not too long ago because that's one of my dreams.
Great. I'm going to
Mhm.
challenge you to create a team name.
Oh, okay.
What is the name of that team of you and five or more beauties who are so excited to go help others? Put that, come up with that name, put it all over. I love it. So having symbols like that, brilliant, around your house, in front of you. Excellent, excellent. Thank you. We'll take one more. Shafika, you unmiked. What did you put down that excites you?
I want to develop a wellness workshop this year because there are, I mean, everybody's just going through so much, and I um, found a saying in a magazine that I'm going to cut out, and that'll be my first post. And the saying is, "What have you done for you lately?" Here, so
Oh, I love
yeah,
that.
so yeah,
I
so
love that. Think, I
yeah.
mean, that could go everywhere. Every
Mhm.
corporation is looking for things like that, right?
Mhm.
Every church group, leaders group. So I love that. That's a part of who do I want to become? But it's also a contribution,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Of
Mhm.
course, it's a business networking, but it really encompasses so many things. I love that. So if
Mhm.
you have more you want to put in the chat, go for it. But I hope you had something or many things. My board's getting bigger and bigger. The more I start cutting things out, I'm like, oh, crumb cakes. I'm like, I just booked a trip to Puerto Vallarta. I'm gonna go lay on the beach for 4 days. Didn't plan to. I'm telling you, I'm just like, I'm done. I want to do this. So I don't know how long I'm healthy, but I'm going to live, right? So I want to share with you. All right. So she's going to come talk to me. All right. I love this. Michelle just finished hers. She put it in WhatsApp, so I was grabbing it for you really quick. So, Michelle, go ahead and tell us a little bit about this board and what it means to you, just in a quick minute summary. And we can't hear you.
There it goes.
There it goes. Cool beans. Okay, take it away, girl. What's this?
Well, Jackie knows that I've had a crazy year of my parents, my running few years anyway. So um, I turned 63 2 days ago, and I decided I'd made this quite a while ago when Jackie first gave us the challenge to do it, and I did it all. But the exciting part is I've already gone on a cruise. I went with my granddaughter. She danced, and my mom was sick, but I delegated it to my siblings, and I went for a week with my husband and all that. So you just have to go back. And then I put on there too, the other thing that I'm excited about is I put back to basics on my board. You can see it down at the bottom with the new stuff that I learned, all of the stuff through Jackie, and going just to learn, color matching and that. And I have, that too, that I have this beauty bar, and I've used it a few times already this year. So I'm excited just to do that, go back to the basics and do things. The rest is my family. I love the water. If you can't see that, I love traveling. There's a few things that I wish
I
I could
love
have
this.
somebody.
I love the sheep for sleep over there for you, girlfriend.
He's funny, huh? He was pretty cute. But I also love all of the new products. I've really, really enjoyed those, and getting them out with my branch and that. And so I think that that's another thing. But the clock there, I that is time for me. I'm going to choose my time wisely, and I'm going to just kind of do a few things, with me, like you, Jackie. I'm still doing a lot of work and doing different things, but um, just a little bit of fun. So,
Okay, I have a question.
okay.
I want to know the scrubbing bubbles, the toilet. Are you getting a house cleaner?
That's what I want. Yes. So isn't that funny? I haven't had a house cleaner forever, for
And
years
if
and years
you
and years.
saw her property, she never can sit still. Like she's multi-property. We do great meetings there. I am so proud of you to get a house cleaner.
And my husband, same. Everybody has said to us, you've got to start doing for yourself, and because he does everything in the outside, and I do everything
Mhm.
inside and whatever. And at Christmas, if you haven't seen our house, it's totally lit up, and my son does it all
And
in color.
Halloween, and come
Yeah.
on.
But anyway, but yeah, that's what the time thing
I
is
love it.
for. And right now I have my mom, she's upstairs, so I'm taking 20 minutes. I sat down late, and so I'm
Oh,
down here, and my mom's upstairs with my son. But she had to stay here 2 weeks with me, so
I
until she
love
can
it.
go back home. So it's been kind of crazy, but I love all those things that are on there, and I love Jafra. It's my getaway. So
Love it. Well, thank you for sharing. And I will tell you, we've had Michelle several times share her vision board. And let me tell you, she is a proponent of when you make it, it does come to fruition. So thank you, Michelle, for sharing. I
You're
just
welcome.
want to share as we get ready to close the power of words. All of us, some of you just shared in the chat, your whole board is filled with words, words, words. Mine were half words, but I love pictures too. You got to do you, just like Shafika shared. But that key is words matter. So when you wake up, I saw Tucky saying she was putting things all over her bathroom. I am a district director, Miss Angie. My team's name is Own It. I am capable. I am powerful. I am enough. I am. They do matter. I want to share with you a short video. So let's take a look and a listen. It's beautiful.
Thomas, why are you not in school? Your son is a genius. This school is too small for him and doesn't have enough good teachers for training him. Please teach him yourself. I'm gonna have your read to me today. So here you go. Remember where we left off? I think we were here. So start from there.
Miss Edison, your son is addled. He is mentally slow and unable to think clearly. We won't let him come to school anymore. Sincerely, Headmaster Jonas Well.
The power of words. Every day, use your words to empower you. As we wrap this up, the key is this: to create those action plans. Tucky couldn't say it enough. Create the action plans to achieve those dreams. Without it, you might keep gluing the same pictures, and that's okay year to year. But we want to get there too. Use a calendar. Earn the Jeffra planner. It's my favorite planner. Tucky, it's really, 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 really good. I know she was looking for one. It's a calendar that you can detail. You can absolutely use the Jafra planner with one QNC this month. My gosh, there's still time to help someone else have a vision board too. Earn it. Do a to-do list for the day and prioritize. Do the worst first if it's the thing you keep avoiding. But plan to do income producing activities. And I am producing activities, IPAs, we call them. Finish the day and say, how did it go? Look at your dream board and give yourself 1 through 5 of the day. Because if you don't review your progress, we're never going to change. And then get a buddy, get a vision buddy. Who's your bestie? And talk each week. Challenge each other. And at the end of the month, what's your progress? And then modify it. It's okay to modify. But do you have your priorities? Do you have time for your own happiness? Do you have time for your own mental health blocked out? If you don't block it, someone will take it. Do you have time to achieve the goals that you just talked about on your wish list? Did you make time to work on the best version of you? And did you love on yourself? Mine has a lot of meditation, joyful things. You got to plan to it or you'll never get around to it. No one's going to do it for you. So Tucky shared, these were those vision boards or the tag boards as she categorized 9 different categories and just let her free flow go on what she wanted this year. And then attach the yarn and turn it around. And you can see as she started to map out the plan each month, some were weekly, tracking and chopping down her goals of $1,000 months, 50 new consultants, her finances from her income to her savings. Hold yourself to it. But I will say this, the journey doesn't have to be alone. Together it is more fun. Who's your vision buddy this year, your board buddy? Who's your actionable bestie? Get one. Do it with a small team. You know what? This makes a great workshop. You could take the wellness idea that Shafika has and take it elsewhere. But remember how to end. It's this. You have to, whether it's on the front or the back, do exactly what BJ said. Write your commitment. I am committed to me in 2025 and sign it and date it. That's the best date of the year. So I hope tonight you picked some good thoughts and ideas. I look forward to you seeing what's coming soon, how you can earn national convention. We will be launching new incentives and so much more for us to grow and go together and to drive, strive, and thrive in 25. Have your boards ready. We'll be here on Monday at 11 Pacific in our Zoom room to share more. But more starts how you wrap up January. Don't blow it off till next month. Go get what you deserve. So I want to just end. I have 2 minutes left and I do have to leave at that time. But What did we gain from tonight? What's your takeaways? Hi, Bronwyn, good to see you. What's your excitement from tonight? What inspired you most? And I don't know about you, but I love that Thomas Edison video, right? Okay, so anybody want to share? Open mic, ready, go.
I love that there's no right or wrong way to do it. You have to do what's best for you and not what everybody else tells you it's supposed to be.
Excellent. Very good. Thank you. Come on, it's earlier in other cities than it is for me and Shafika and Cecilia. Share.
Jackie, I like the part that I need to make more time for me because I don't. I always put me on the back burner. And even though I have me on the list and something comes up, I always say, okay, I'll do that later. Okay, I'll do that later. And it later hasn't come.
Right?
And
If you ever find what later means, share with all of us so we have more time, but we never do find it. So I love
no,
that. No, it's so true. How many of you
Yeah.
relate to that? It's so true. But if you don't plan to, you never get around to. So you have to. That's something I can definitely say I've worked on, and it definitely matters. It'd be hard to exist and succeed without it anymore. So I love that you saw that. Thank you. Anyone else with a quick share? Hi, Bronwyn.
So sorry I'm late. I was on another Zoom
No
and
worries, no worries.
I'm happy to be here. Anyway, this has been a real strange January. It just has been strange out here. Anyway, um, but I made sure that I did some fun things. And I had some great conversations. I've seen some people I haven't seen in 5 years. It's just, making those connections with people. And yesterday I had a real long day. And my husband is working crazy hours. And so here we are. We're having our first conversation of the day at 10 o'clock at night. And we're both exhausted. And all I could say is, honey, I just had a great day. And it's what we put into our days too, what we put into ourselves and things, making it purposeful and meaningful. Yeah.
I love that.
Mhm.
I mean, you can see on her screen, California. Imagine the mental, physical, emotional,
Mhm.
whether you lived where the fires were or not. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I have goosebumps. I was so mesmerized, and I know way too many people out there. And I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And I'm like, I shopped there. I shopped there. Oh my gosh,
Mhm.
right? And so, how do you manage that? And people need us to
Yes.
help. Like, it, it really matters.
Mhm.
Reach out because we can all be strong and we can go, well, okay, what's next? But I'm telling you, it taxes on us. And I
Mhm.
could marry what Angie said and Bronwyn said, that if you really don't fill yourself back up
Yes.
and find joy in conversations, and it's not about what did I get from that talk? What did I get from that friend call? Oh, did I pop Jeffrey in there? Just connect, please, from your heart. Relationships matter. And maybe we don't have a fire here in Minnesota, but people have things they're going through.
Mhm.
And sometimes all they need is listening ears because no one has called them or checked in. So I love that. And when you take me time, you can feel yourself back up much more than you think. When you don't have anything to give in a joyful way. You're just
Mhm.
doing it because you have to. And then you kind of get angry. And then it becomes like, poor me.
Yes.
You chose to not take time. And we're in a business that we give people our time. And that's why I love what Shafika said as her goal. Please stop trying to book a party and go gift people with something. A vision workshop. You can have all the slides. Bring some people together to have new visions. and new dreams. Maybe Jafra's a part of it. I don't know. I don't care if it isn't, but we have a solution to feeling good every day. That bubble bath I take every day. I do. I take a bubble bath every day unless I'm in a hotel. I don't use their tubs, but I do every day. I have
Wow.
been doing it for years. It changes me. I have to. I got to deal with you all. No, I'm kidding. I just see that. You know, when you're in the people business all day long, man, it's not easy. You all have the same thing, but it's true. And you're a caregiver and you're a mom and all those things, right? So I'm teasing you all. But I say thank you to all that were here live. I would love to see you share. We have a Facebook group for a reason for all our consultants and leaders. It isn't for me to post all the crap. It's really for all of you to empower each other, to ask questions, to share and help each other. Please use that resource. Leaders, you do amazing in the WhatsApp. Let's keep striving and driving. Show your dream boards. You don't know that changed somebody's year. You got to think every day, am I really a day maker or did I make my day just about for me? Keep the words around you. Thank you, Thomas Edison. Thank you to his mother. You choose your words. Choose them wisely, but use them to empower you. I love you all. I believe in you all. We're going to have an amazing, transformational, new beginning 2025. Thank you all for sharing. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Have a great night. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Jen. Bye.